In addition to great radio marketing, the Miller Media Group now offers a full suite of digital marketing solutions. Our affordable programs include custom web design and SEO to help you get found on Google. Seeking more inbound web and store traffic? Our Facebook, YouTube, and geo-targeted marketing programs are all designed to make your cash register ring. To get started, call your Miller Media account manager or go to mmgdigitalnow.com. Miller Media Digital, where digital becomes local.
Affordable without compromise. Well, that's not easy to come by when shopping for a compact utility tractor, unless you make a visit to Sloan's. Check out the John Deere One Family Series, which offers the mid-mower auto connect deck that can be attached or removed within 5 easy minutes. Right now, you'll save $300 plus get 0% for 84 months. 0% for 84 months. Some restrictions apply. See Sloan Implement for details. Offer ends 5/2/22. Test drive a John Deere today at Sloan's.
The old way of living with diabetes is a pain. You've got to remember to do your testing and always need to stick your fingers to test your blood sugar. The new way to live your life with diabetes is with a continuous glucose monitor. Apply a discrete sensor on your body, and it continuously monitors your glucose levels, helping you spend more time in range and freeing you from painful finger sticks. If you are living with type 1 or type 2 diabetes and you administer insulin 3 or more times per day or use an insulin pump, you might be eligible for a CGM through your insurance benefits. U.S. Med partners with over 500 private insurance companies and Medicare. We offer free shipping, 90-day supplies, and we bill your insurance. Call us today for a free benefits check.
800-690-2320. 800-690-2320. 800-690-2320. That's 800-690-2320.
Hear Clinton Maroon live play-by-play this season on WHOW, the Big 1520 Daytime. 92.3 FM in DeWitt County and 106.5 in Bloomington Normal all the time. Plus, streamed at DeWittDailyNews.com on the WHOW mobile app and Amazon Alexa. Plus, tune in for a Best of Clinton Sports broadcast every Saturday morning at 10. All brought to you by Baum Chevy Buick, Clinton Athletic Boosters, Clinton Community YMCA, and Midstate Eye.
It's 8 minutes after 7 o'clock on this Wednesday morning. 51 degrees under overcast skies. It feels like 46 this morning.
Local information that makes a difference. Here's your regional weather.
Going to be breezy today. A wind advisory goes into effect at 9 o'clock this morning, lasting until 9 p.m. this evening. Today, a chance of showers and storms likely throughout the day. Temperatures in the mid-60s, 1 to 2 inches of new rainfall. Today, winds out of the south at 15 to 25 miles per hour, and wind gusts today could reach 45 miles per hour. Showers and storms continuing tonight. Temperatures in the upper 30s tonight. South-southeast winds at 10 to 20 miles an hour. Wind gusts between 30 and 35 miles per hour. New rain tonight between a quarter and a half an inch. A 60% chance of early showers on Thursday. Temperatures in the lower 40s, a west-southwest wind at 20 to 30 miles per hour. Cloudy Thursday night, lows around 30 degrees, west-northwest winds at 15 to 25 miles an hour. Friday sunny, highs around 50 degrees. Into the weekend, showers likely on your Saturday. Temperatures in the mid-50s. Sunday sunny, highs in the upper 50s. Across central Illinois, as we roll through this Wednesday morning, cloudy skies with some showers to the south and the west. Moving into central Illinois, 50 in Bloomington, 48 in Hayworth, 48 in Leroy, 49 in Farmer City, 53 in Champaign, 51 in Monticello and Decatur. Right now, 50 in Lincoln, 50 in Springfield, 50 in Peoria. 51 degrees, cloudy in Clinton, feels like 46 outside. Southeast winds at about 15 miles an hour, 82% humidity with 10 miles of visibility on this Wednesday morning. Get the latest in local weather at DeWittDailyNews.com.
From regional radio, DeWittDailyNews.com and the WHOW app. This is local information making a difference.
Thanks for being with us here on this Wednesday morning. Coverage of news is brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and the WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agents in Clinton. DeWitt County nonprofits and small businesses have submitted applications to the DeWitt County Board for grant funding through the American Rescue Plan Act, or ARPA, for funding to help make up losses during COVID or help with special projects. Over 20 requests have been submitted to the DeWitt County Board, and Board Chair Terry Ferguson indicates the County Board will begin a series of meetings on April 4th to review those applications.
We've got 21 grant requests in from the county, some from businesses, some from nonprofits. And on April the 4th, we're going to hold a meeting where that's all we're going to deal with. We're going to analyze the projects, determine how much funding we're going to have available for the projects. We may want to put a cap on a maximum amount that any agency or person or organization could get. We don't know for sure what we're going to do. We got to look and see what we've got, evaluate the project, make sure they meet the criteria of the ARPA program. I'm thinking to go through that many applications. We're probably going to have maybe 3 meetings to do all that.
Yeah. At last week's county board meeting, the board approved upgrades for equipment for DeWitt County dispatchers. Ferguson explains that'll be through the ARPA funding, which has proven to be rather flexible.
Yeah, it's pretty flexible. We are allowed to use it for anything COVID related that the county has, or we can use it for things like last month we recommended buying body cams for the police department, for the sheriff's department. And radios, we're going to be looking at getting the new consoles for the 911 dispatchers to use. They're not cheap. They're real expensive. But we're to the point where we're losing our ability to maintain them. They're old school. It's kind of like having a Windows 7 computer. They're when they quit making parts for them and software for them, you got to upgrade.
Another of the available uses of ARPA funding is premium pay for workers like first responders, dispatchers, and corrections. Ferguson indicates the board approved a $1,500 premium pay last week for those individuals.
Yeah, that's one of the allowable uses for the ARPA fund. The finance committee meeting this week, we decided to pay all of the sheriff's department, the dispatchers, and the correctional officers all a $1,500 premium pay. You might wonder, we did a $500 payment the previous month for the courthouse employees, and we felt that the law enforcement people are at most risk. They have to go in to deal with the public, whether they've got COVID in their house or not. You bring somebody in under an arrest, and there's a chance they could spit in your face or whatever. So we felt they were at more risk. We increased their premium pay.
Last Thursday, the county board also approved payment to Warner Hospital and Health Services for $6,375. Ferguson notes this is to reimburse the hospital for its COVID testing in the jail during a COVID outbreak earlier this year. Funding has been secured and equipment will be in on time to make sure new playground equipment at Lincoln School in Clinton can be installed this summer. A presentation to the Clinton Board of Education last year indicated the dated equipment currently at the school needs to be updated for several reasons. Clinton School Superintendent Kurt Nettles says the equipment will be installed by district staff.
So the Lincoln Playground project is going to happen this summer. The equipment, I'm not sure if it's 100% all the way in, but it's been coming in some chunks at a time. We're storing it. And as soon as school is out, our maintenance staff and whoever they're employing to help them, they're going to go out and tear out the old and start installing the new. By the end of summer, or even before that, we should have that playground in place. And CCEF is a part of that with their finances and their thoughts and ideas. So we're not just putting in playground equipment. There's going to be some shade created CCF will definitely be a part of that. There's going to be a little structure for shade. We'll put a nice plaque on somewhere for them and their donation and their efforts in that regard. So that's fantastic that they're doing that.
Russell Long with the Clinton Community Education Foundation indicates they are pleased to be helping out financially with this project. He was surprised to learn there are pieces of playground equipment on the campus that are not suitable for kids of the ages pre-K to first grade.
The school district is going to be completely renovating and replacing all the equipment at Lincoln School over the summer. I did not realize some of that equipment the kids can't even touch or climb on because it's not rated for them, because originally that was for older kids school when Lincoln was originally used, but now they just have the kindergarten, first grade. So they're actually going to get rid of everything that the kids can't have, and they're bringing all new equipment in, and they're really going to treat the playground as a classroom, because really there is so much that the kids do out on the playground that is important for them to build their social skills and build bonds and be able to know how to interact and work out problems. So the Education Foundation, we are going to contribute one of the largest amounts we've ever done on a program. We're helping out with about $15,000. We're doing that from an endowment that we received from Mr. Davenport. So we're going to dedicate that, have a plaque in his honor, and we're really looking forward to the playground area getting done over the summer so we can have a ribbon cutting and just get to see those kids out there enjoying themselves.
The CCEF recently awarded a dozen teacher grants to Clinton Schools classrooms. Nettles is excited to see the things those teachers and students will be doing with those gifts from the CCEF, and is always appreciative of the support of what the nonprofit arm of the school does for them. The National Weather Service is growing concerned over trends that are shaping up for the middle of the summer. Moisture in central Illinois has been abundant since the first of the year, but a trend towards the middle of the summer is concerning weather officials. Ed Shimon at the National Weather Service in Lincoln says temperatures are showing above normal, but precipitation could drop off.
Yeah, the May, June, July has a pretty strong above normal temperature signal in there. But then the precip kind of wanes off. We're in the near equal chances of above or below normal precipitation as we head the May, June, July timeframe. So, that really wet spring might kind of fade away a little bit. Although normal rains in that time of the year is 4 to 5 inches of rain. So it's not like you're going to be completely dry if you have a normal rain month. For June, we average 4.16, and July is 4.91. So pretty decent amounts of rain still if we're near normal, but the signal itself showing that trend. Probably there could be some dry spells as we head towards the middle late summer.
Shimon is concerned because if just 1 month comes in below normal, it can zap moisture from the ground in a hurry with the heat of a summer day.
Yeah, it can sustain for about 4 weeks, but if we have like a 1-inch July rainfall or something like that, or if we're 2 to 3 inches below normal for a month, the heat of the day, the sun beating on the ground, it saps moisture fast from the ground, especially over a 3-4 week period of relatively low amounts of rain. So, we've had like huge flooding in a June timeframe, but by the end of August on one year, I forget what year it was, but we were already starting to creep into the drought category in some areas, even though we had record flooding on the rivers in the May, June timeframe. So it can happen quickly if you really shut things down, because, we need that replenishment, or you can get some deep drought starting to set up.
In the meantime, Shimon notes the upcoming spring months are still calling for above normal temperatures and above normal precipitation. It's 20 minutes after the hour here on this Wednesday morning. Under cloudy skies, we start the day at 52 degrees, a wind advisory in effect from 9 a.m. this morning until 9 p.m. this evening. The morning show streams to Facebook and YouTube, brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton, and the morning news brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters. More to come next.
New trucks and SUVs are coming here at Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton. This is Scott Baum. Yes, we have new inventory arriving, and you can see what will arrive right on our website. Just click on the pre-order and reserve tab From there, you will find vehicles in transit and vehicles in production. Or just call our sales staff and we'll help. Find Silverados, Equinoxes, Blazers, including Tahoes and Suburbans, as well as our complete Buick line of SUVs. BombChevyBuick.com, right from the start.
21 minutes after the hour here on this Wednesday morning. Again, I'm Seth Lawrence with you folks today for this expanded local newscast. Illinois Farm Bureau has put out a call to action regarding fertilizer prices. IFB President Rich Giebert hopes the message is heard.
It's been on the hearts and minds of farmers, not only here in Illinois, but across the country for the last number of months as we've seen fertilizer prices and energy prices increase out at the farm gate. We have a call to action coming out, and we're very happy to have an opportunity to provide comments to USDA and the administration about the $250 million that grants that will be available down the road. And so we're issuing a call to action for our members to make comment about what opportunities would they think would be good to spend that $250 million on. And I know I will be making comments here in the next week to 10 days into the Federal Registry about what we feel is important. And the number one topic that I'd like to raise with them is how we can spend those dollars at the local level, local cooperative level maybe, or the mom and pops out here to provide more storage for fertilizer, anhydrous, et cetera, that it's at the retailer level and available to farmers when they need it.
Information on the call to action is available at ifb.org. New legislation cracks down on gang stealing from stores in Illinois. The bill creates the offense or organized retail crime, which has become a big problem, says Senator Susie Glowiak Hilton of Western Springs.
It is not the intent to prosecute two high school girls that go into a drugstore and steal a lipstick. That is not what this is looking to do. The bill specifically requires prosecutors to prove that something was stolen and that the intent is to resell that item.
It also gives prosecutors more authority to go after criminals, says Senator John Curran of Downers Grove.
The provisions should serve as a strong deterrent to retail theft and the resale of stolen merchandise. And even more important, it empowers our law enforcement officials to get these criminals off the street and held accountable for their actions.
Glowiak Hilton says gangs have been increasingly using these smash and grabs to fund illegal activities. Senate Democrats are pushing a package of bills they say will help get Illinois families back on their feet. The legislation includes an expansion of the state's earned income tax credit and the creation of an Illinois child tax credit sponsored by Senator Mike Simmons of Chicago.
It would provide a $600 credit per child for households in the state for which you have a single filer who earns under $40,000 per year and a household with joint filers that earn under $60,000 per year per child.
Senator Omar Aquino of Chicago says the credit has become one of the most effective anti-poverty programs in the country.
This expansion would reach directly to 1.6 million households, 1.2 million people would be newly eligible, and the bill would also create $1 billion in benefits to local economies.
Other proposals propose increased funding for early childhood education programs and make more families eligible for child care assistance. Illinois lawmakers have passed a bill to make sure you get the advertised sale price at the grocery store. The measure is sponsored by Senator Meg Lauren Koppel of Shorewood and requires supermarkets to show both the original price and the discounted price at the register, on the receipt, or on store display.
The bill provides an exception for purchases made via self-service checkout or at wholesale clubs. And lastly, the bill provides that a store shall not be fined more than $500 per year.
The legislation now needs to be signed into law by the governor. A new state forensic science commission kicked off its first meeting Monday in hopes of solving more crimes. The Illinois State Police have reduced the long-standing DNA backlog by 72% over the past 2 years, and this new group will look at ways to further improve the process, says Director Brendan Kelly.
It will work to evaluate and make recommendations on the legal and ethical implications of new technologies as they develop, and will explore the use of forensic evidence in the courtroom.
Kelly says forensics is vital to ensuring swift justice for victims and to exonerate the wrongly accused. ISP is building a new forensics lab in Joliet, and another new facility will be opening in Decatur.
Establishing the Forensic Science Commission here at the University of Illinois Urbana-Champaign will allow the commission to work with researchers who are refining and developing cutting-edge technology and the scientific underpinnings of forensic evidence.
Kelly says the commission will build upon the recent success of reducing the DNA backlog by 72%. ISP has also set up an online website to track processing times for sexual assault survivors to monitor the progress of evidence related to their case. Many factors are coming together at one time for what some call a perfect storm in the fertilizer sector. Gary Crawford has this report.
Right now, as planting season gets underway, the biggest issue that farmers are raising now with Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack is this.
Fertilizer costs have become incredibly expensive, and we have to understand why.
And Vilsack told one group, basically,
it's a tremendous demand pitted against a limited supply.
With lots of factors involved in both of those. And for more details on that, we spent part of National Agriculture Day on the Mall in Washington the other day talking with Jenny Martin with the Fertilizer Institute. And make no mistake,
we know it's a tough situation. It's a complex situation.
We've heard, of course, that with the high prices that farmers have been getting for many crops, some producers are looking to boost acreage. That means a boost in the amount of fertilizer they need. Problem is, it's coming at a time when almost everything that's happening is either reducing the supply or raising the prices, or both at the same time. Jenny Martin says, first, on the price side, it's not just farmers having to pay more in this process. It's also the people who make fertilizer. Biggest cost in that process, natural gas.
And that accounts for 70 to 90% of the cost of producing ammonia. And in 2021, natural gas prices doubled. And then in Europe, it's even more than that. So if you look at the global market, that's really going to have an impact.
And she says fertilizer is a product that is traded on the global market. And lately, that market is really having some problems.
With China's export ban, with the situation in Belarus and Russia, with the sanctions, that affects supply. And you've got demand all over the world. And so that's just going to impact pricing as well.
Prices and the amount of material actually moving in global trade. But as they say, wait, there's more. Here, close to home, just physically moving that fertilizer has become a problem.
The biggest thing we're seeing right now is rail strike in Canada is impacting our ability to get product into the United States.
And also, the U.S. has produced less fertilizer than normal this past year because of the combined effects of the COVID pandemic and some disastrous weather that shut down some plants for a while. So the big question is, how long is this fertilizer situation going to continue? Jenny Martin says a lot of it hinges on what will happen in Ukraine, and that, of course, nobody can predict. She says, best advice to farmers now, if you haven't done it already,
get your nutrient management plans in place, soil tests, really figure out what you need and how much you need of it so that you're in a good spot.
For some, of course, it may already be too late, at least for this planting season. This is Gary Crawford reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture.
29 minutes after the hour here on this Wednesday morning under cloudy skies in Clinton. Temperatures at 51 degrees. It feels like 47 outside. Coverage of news brought to you by Baum Chevrolet Buick in Clinton, your Silverado headquarters, and the WHOW Morning Show streams to Facebook and YouTube. It's brought to you by Peterson Insurance, your Pekin Insurance agent in Clinton. Get news anytime from your computer or mobile device